Hello guys, and welcome back once again to the channel. It's been a while. It's been a long while since I last did proper content, and this video is really just kind of going into very quickly, briefly, kind of why that happened last year, and then going into what could possibly be what could be happening for the rest of this year and sort of in the near future and everything. So last year, I think I started the year off by coming back and saying that I was going to be putting a lot more effort into YouTube. I was starting up a new channel. I was going to do a separate gaming channel to everything, and I was promising the world and promising this and promising that. And then I think I uploaded 3 videos, well, including that one. I think I uploaded 4 videos last year. So it didn't quite go to plan. I'm wanting to be very open and honest with you guys. I think that's one thing I've always done on this channel. I've never really, I've never hidden a lot of stuff. I've shown my life off in the vlogs that I've done, in diaries and rambling kind of vlogs and things like that. I've talked about breakups and relationships and my mental health and everything like that. And I kind of want to keep that going. I don't want to feel like I'm ever hiding anything. So last year was really, personally and with everything to do with my life, was one of the worst years, well, the worst year of my life. And like not everything, but a lot of what could have gone wrong went wrong. Relationship wise, I essentially had my heart broken not just once, and all that was really hard and tough to go through. Mentally, my mental health was probably at the lowest and worst that it's ever been, which led to me going to therapy, group therapy sessions, and going back on medication and things. I lost a job at the start of in the middle of the year, and then got a job towards the end of the year that ended up messing me around. All that kind of led to me being in debt essentially. Money was a real issue. Led to me, as you can see, I'm no longer in the house with Charlie. I'm back with my parents now. But yeah, it made sense for both me and Charlie to move out early of the house. I mean, the contract was up this March anyway, so it wasn't too much earlier than what it would have been anyway. So it was just better for both me and Charlie to leave the house money wise, but again, that kind of felt like it was something I'd failed at, so I didn't feel great doing that. But obviously, like I say, lucky enough, I've got parents that took me back in, and I've been able to put all my shit back into their house, which is always much appreciated. So I mean, that's a positive, and obviously I can't complain too much there. But yeah, all in all, 2017 was a real bummer, and as you can probably tell from all that, YouTube was the last thing on my mind. I had no intention of doing any videos really. I couldn't do it. I couldn't face it. I think I put the slam dunk video up. That was hard, bearing in mind what had happened. The Ibiza video was even harder to put up, and I think I'd done an unboxing video. And yeah, there was nothing else I wanted to do last year, and I didn't even miss it, which is really hard because it's something that I do love, and sort of getting back into this now. And I think I did put one video up last night. Even just putting that one video up and seeing people interacting and everything, I realised how much I have missed it. But it just was not on my agenda last year at all, as I'm sure you can probably appreciate after kind of sharing what happened. I mean, I've not gone into proper detail about various things, but it was difficult and it was hard. So currently, I mean, the start of 2018 wasn't really that much better with how 2017 was, but I'm starting to get back on track. So for the past month or so, what's been crazy whilst I have been away is you guys. So I've still had people watching my videos, I've still had people subscribing to me, and I've still had people commenting, which is crazy. I mean, I think when I last uploaded a video, I had something like 680 subscribers, or maybe at the 670 odd maybe, and I think I'm on 692 or 693 subscribers now, and that's without uploading anything, so that's crazy. But yeah, I'd had quite a few people commenting asking if I was going to ever come back and what's happened to me and everything, which was really nice actually. the fact that people were missing my content. Because, I mean, at my lowest I felt very hopeless recently and a bit worthless and things like that. So to have someone like come to you after months and months to say where you at, are you ever going to be doing content again, was just a bit of the lift that I needed, I think. So at the start of this week I decided I'm going to try and start this up again. And I just started jotting a few ideas down. I put it out there on Twitter that I was going to be doing it, and the response to that was great, and I had people giving me suggestions of what they wanted to see happen and some series I wanted to see brought back. And again, just that was another lift and a push forward for me to do it. So yeah, that's what I've done, and that's what I'm doing. But the main thing and what I'm wanting to put out there before anything else is, obviously I've done this before. I've had little mini breaks from YouTube and I've gone missing, and then when I've come back I've always put one of these videos out and I've said, oh, I'll be doing this, I'm definitely going to be doing this, I promise you I'll do this, blah blah blah. The one thing I'm not going to do is promise anything. So anything I say from now on is not a promise. These are just ideas. This is in my head right now. This is what I want to happen, and hopefully it will. I mean, that's the idea. This is what I'm wanting to happen, but I don't want to put any promises out there, because I think by me doing that before, I was putting extra pressure on myself. So then when something was happening in my life, the pressure was there to kind of do it. I think the extra pressure kind of pushed me away from doing it. So if I don't put that pressure on myself and don't promise to do a certain number of videos a week and to do certain series and everything, then it's kind of just all in my hands. You guys haven't got any expectations. I've got kind of lower expectations myself and everything. So yeah, that's one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to promise anything. But I don't mean that in a kind of a negative way, because like I say, everything that I'm going to mention now are things that I want to do and hopefully I will do, and things, you know, I want ideas from you guys as well. I'll get onto that in a bit. And these are all ideas that I will take on, but I'm just not going to promise any of it, because like I say, it'll be extra pressure and create expectations, and that isn't what I want to do. So like I just mentioned, I've already uploaded a video. So last night I uploaded a video of me playing Getting Over It with, is it Bennett Foddy or something, which is a game that a lot of people have been playing recently. It's kind of a YouTube fodder, Twitch fodder kind of game, and you can see why, but it is fun. It's frustrating as hell, really frustrating, but I just did a quick video on that, and it's something that I'm thinking of possibly doing more videos on. It might be something I stream at some point. Again, I'll get onto that in a second. But yeah, one idea that I have had and that I mentioned in the video last night, do go check it out. I've got an idea of doing, kind of making it into a drinking game, drinking challenge kind of thing. So setting myself a goal to get to, or a point to get to in the game. Say, give myself 10 minutes to do that, and if I don't, then I have to down the drink that I've got. And in the meantime, if I have any major setbacks, so say go further than 4 or 5 steps back, I have to take a drink. And judging from my performance in the video, I could probably end up paralytic by the end of the night. So that's one of my ideas that I've got for it. So like I say, I want to open interaction with you guys like I did before. You were always great at giving me ideas and sending ideas over. So if you've got any ideas of what I can do with that game, then please do let me know, and I'll give them a go, and we'll try something with that. Probably not going to do a speed run, or at least I'm going to play it a little bit more and try and get better at the game before I try anything like that, because I couldn't even get up like the first bit. So another video that I recorded yesterday, and it's just behind me here, is scheduled for tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I think it's going out. Emily Wants to Play. It is a game that I saw on Steam, and I think I've heard of before or seen of YouTubers play it, but I not really thought of doing it, and I hadn't seen anything of it. So I looked at the trailer on Steam and I thought, this is something that I could play. It's a very jump scare horror kind of game, and I've not played one of those for a while. I think probably since, like, God, maybe I don't really want to count Until Dawn as one of those games, but anyway, it's very kind of Five Nights at Freddy style. Like, you've got to interact in the right way or else you lose the game, and you've got 6 hours. I think each hour is 6 minutes, and you've got to go through each stage, and each stage is a different level. So yeah, I've done a video on that. It's gone really well. It caused some of these reactions. Right. Flashlight. I hope that you guys really enjoyed it, because I enjoyed doing it, as scared as I was. As much as it creeped me out, it's something that I would love to do more on. I'm not calling you a moron, but yeah, I can kind of see that being some kind of series. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and again, let me know what you think about it in the comments, or at the usual socials that you can see below. Then other ideas going forward, especially with the gaming side of things, I'm going to be doing Rogue Squadron. Very old game, but it's one that I've got on the Steam library that I forgot I'd even got. But that's something I wanted to do a series of. I remember it being quite a short game, so it might not be a long series, but that's certainly something I'm going to be doing. Although there is one thing that's kind of stopping me or holding me back from doing or wanting to do gaming videos at the moment, and I'm having an issue with Bandicam. And if anyone's watching and has had this issue before or can suggest what I can do to change it or help fix it, that would be really appreciated. So when I use Bandicam to obviously capture my game footage. If I watch the footage back on Bandicam, it's fine. As soon as I put it into Serif and I put it into like the timeline thing, either the audio or the actual footage gets out of sync with each other. Either one's behind the other or vice versa. And even if I take, say, the audio off of that, so like I did with, you'll see in the Getting Over It video, there's no audio because I was having this exact problem. So I took the audio out and then lined it up with my own audio and with the face cam, and again it kept cutting ahead from what I was doing, and so I had to keep chopping it and editing it and then kind of bringing it back and dragging it back and forth, which was an absolute pain. I mean, the video's only 12-13 minutes, but it took like an hour to edit just because I was having to do that, and I don't know what to do. When I did, funnily enough, when I did the Emily Wants to Play video, it was fine and it didn't do it. But everything else that I've tried to do, it's been doing it. Everything that I've looked at, I've downloaded the updated version of Bandicam. I've been playing it through media sources first before I put it into Serif, and that didn't seem to work. So, I mean, I'm going to have to try it again after doing Emily Wants to Play, and it was working. But that's kind of been holding me back because I really don't want to be doing that with every video and cutting it back and forth and everything. So if anyone has any ideas as to why that's happening or how I can fix it, then if you could let me know, that'd be great. If you guys have got any games that you think it would be fun for me to play, then again, do let me know, and if I have them or if it's cheap enough for me to get, then I'll definitely do my best to do that. In terms of vlogs and diaries, again, that's something I do want to bring back. I would definitely not be going back to the daily vlogging or the daily diaries, just because it would be shit, to be blunt, because there's some days where I'm, obviously at the moment, I'm looking for a new job, I'm back at my parents and everything, so there's not a lot going on right now, and again, it's just too much pressure to do daily vlogs as well as everything else. As much as I enjoyed it at the time, it's not something that I could physically do now. But every now and then it's something that I'm going to do. I mean, I'm getting together with Lee this weekend, having a bit of a gaming night with him and his brother and his friend on Saturday, so I might possibly do a diary then. I don't know, we'll see. So I think if I'm going to be doing the diaries, it'll just be as and when it happens. There's no kind of strict schedule to it or anything. And in terms of other vlogs, sort of like this, I suppose just whenever there's anything I feel like there's anything talking about, if there's anything major that happens that I feel, oh, I want to talk about that, I'll probably do it. And, you know, tag videos, stuff like that. If it's something that interests me, then I'll do it. If not, then I won't. So, again, it's because I do like talking to the camera, and these videos are always kind of enjoyable to do. But it's just as and when, really, and if there's the interest out there. Speaking of interest, it was suggested to me, I mean, I was thinking of doing it anyway, but it was suggested to me to bring Jonesy's Question Time back, which was a series that I loved. That was probably one of the things I'm most proud of that I had on this channel. Just in terms of how many people it kind of reached out to and how many interactions I got. Like, the first time I did it, you know, there was only a couple of questions. I think it was like three or four questions, something, and then at its height I was getting different questions in for like 9, 10, 11 people, and that was just great to have that kind of interaction with fans, I don't like using that word, but people that watch my stuff, and viewers and people on Twitter and social media. It was really, really enjoyable, and then like, it's kind of that double thing, you know, people that were sending in questions enjoy having that then shown on on the video and everything, and I get the enjoyment because I've got people showing an interest, and it's always like questions and stuff like that is always fun and something you can do with. But it kind of started to peter out. Like the last question time I put up, I hardly had any people send questions in, which is why I stopped the series. Probably my own fault, really. I kind of probably let it get stale. I probably should have tried to do something a bit different with it and add something, just give it more depth, probably. So it's definitely, if the interest's there and if you guys want to see it, I certainly want to bring question time back. But there's always there's also something that links in with something else I'm going to talk about that I will also do question time in a kind of a different style. So let me know your thoughts on that. I wanted to get back into like podcasting. Obviously I'm not going to be releasing them, well I might, I don't know if I can figure out how to do it properly, and releasing them onto like Podomatic or whatever it is you can do it these days. I might release them as podcasts, but I probably won't be doing the podcast again. However, me and Lee are wanting to start one up again, kind of going back to what we had on the Bar Tat channel with the bar chats. Charlie won't be involved anymore because Charlie no longer lives up here. He's moved in with a woman. Yep, he's been taken in by the opposite sex, and he's moved in with his girlfriend, and she lives down near Nottingham. I mean, it'd be nice to get him involved in some video at some point when he gets back up. But in terms of the podcasting and everything, that won't be happening for now. But Lee has said that he definitely wants to get back into it again, and we've had a few discussions about it. So there's kind of one big podcast that we're wanting to do together. Again, like I say, more in the style of Bar Chat, where we talk about loads of things. I mean, obviously it'll be mainly gaming, but whatever happens or is happening at the time, we'll kind of do that style of thing. But I'm also wanting to do like a mini series of podcasts, but all with different kind of subjects. So having like a film podcast, a TV podcast, a gaming podcast, music podcast, and then kind of any other general kind of things like in real life things that are happening in the world and the news and everything. And again, a good thing with that one, because I'd have it more say like around a half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour kind of thing. I don't have to rely on Lee for that one, although it'd be obviously great to have him involved in it. It's something I could do on my own as well. But also you guys as well, if there's anyone out there that feels they want to get involved in a project like that, then do let me know. You know, someone who particularly likes the films or there's TV shows and things like that you want to talk about. If you don't want to get involved, then I'm sure if you got in contact we could sort something out. So in terms of podcasting, that's what I'm planning to do there. And the other thing that I've kind of been mentioning throughout and that links in with a couple of other things is I'm going to be starting Twitch up again. I know it's something I've done in the past, but it's something I've always been doing through the PlayStation, through the PS4. And as good as it is a good streaming service. It is so limited and very, there's very little you can do with it. So I'm setting it up properly on my PC and doing it through the PC. I've been looking into how to do it kind of properly and more professionally. So that's certainly something that I want to do. So I'll be doing, quite a few gaming things on there, just all chilled out things. They'll probably be in the evening, looking at maybe doing 1 or 2 a week, something like that. But obviously just seeing how it goes. Again, not sticking to any kind of schedule. But one thing that I was saying was linking in with the question time video. Question time series thing. I'd love to do like a chilled out stream, like say on a morning of like say of a Saturday or a Sunday morning. I kind of feel like I'm going to be stealing from Dodger when she used to do like coffee time or whatever it was she used to do on Twitch on a Sunday morning. But yeah, just like sort of chilled out with a coffee or something and just like chatting to you guys just on camera. If you guys had any questions, we could do that, or have like certain subjects we could talk about what's been happening during the week, and just like a chilled out hour or something. Chilled hour, I don't know, something like that. But that's an idea that I'd really love to do. So yeah, kind of like a rambly, like I used to do Jonesy's Ramble. It could be something like that, but that's something I'd really like to do. So yeah, Twitch is something I'm going to be doing. Not in the near future, maybe look at start that up next month, because there's other things that I'm wanting to do first, but yeah, that's something I'd like to get into. That's kind of everything really, that's all the main ideas. Like I said, I'm not wanting to promise anything. At the moment, I'm looking at doing, hopefully, maybe 3 videos a week, something like that. Sometimes it might be more, sometimes it might be less. Again, I'm not sticking to any kind of schedule. You know, I'm not going to have certain videos on certain days and everything like that. In terms of streams, maybe, like I say, 1 or 2 a week. Again, might be more, might be less. Some weeks I might not stream. It all depends on kind of how I am and what's going on in my life and everything, really. And yeah, that's kind of it, really, guys. I say that's kind of it. This was meant to be a quick 10-minute video, and it's ended up in like 20 minutes or something stupid. So yeah, first of all, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone. Those who, one, have stuck around. Those that have kind of kept in contact with me, asking how I am. Those that have wanted me to bring content back and have been quite vocal in that and suggested ideas and everything. And just to those that have still like been viewing my stuff. I mean, I've just seen certain videos just grow and grow and grow, and it's amazing. Like, I think my top video has like over 16 or 20,000 views on it, which is crazy. I never thought I'd have content that was like that. It's really quite mad. And the overall channel views, I think, is past like 250,000 now or something like that, which is mental. And yeah, so just a big thank you to the guys that haven't just left me, because I kind of left you guys in the lurch. I just left without saying anything, and I do feel bad for that. But like I say, as you can probably understand and appreciate, I kind of had good reasons for, but I do feel sorry for not kind of saying anything and just leaving you guys. And kind of sticking along that theme, just to bear with me. Like I said, this isn't a video to promise everything that I've just said. Some of the things that I've just mentioned may never happen, or it may all happen, or it might be somewhere in between. I literally don't know, but if you guys could just bear with me. Like I say, I've been going through a tough time. I'm still getting back into the swing of things, even just like living back with my parents, getting back into the swing of things there. And obviously I'm looking for a new job and sorting my mental health out and just everything all together, and then starting this up. It's not going to be the easiest or smoothest of transitions, but if you just bear with me, then hopefully you guys will get something out of it and I will get something out of it, and it'll be a beautiful thing. So like I say, go check out the video that I put out last night, Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. And also definitely check out the video that's going out tomorrow, Emily Wants to Play. Really enjoyed that one, and I think you guys will too, especially if you like me getting scared. So that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. So again, thank you very much. If you want to give me ideas and suggestions for various things, if anyone knows or can help with the Bandicam issue, then again, please do let me know. You can do all this in the comment section below. I always check that and I comment back as much as I can. And also at my Twitter at ChrisJonesLUFC, you can always catch me there. And also, I think I've got my Instagram account in the description below, so you can always get me on there as well if you need to. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very soon.